Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Further Beyond Gaming. My name is Cody GT, and in today's video we're continuing where we left off in my last video, and that's speaking about both support and DPS Valkyries, the difference, the ones that you should be focusing on, and the ones that fit that category. It's a bit of a beginner's guide to Honkai episode, so I do hope you enjoy today's video. If you do, go ahead and drop a like. It's greatly appreciated, means a lot to me. And if you're new to the channel, you enjoy the content, you want to see more, go ahead and consider subscribing. Remember, there's a link to the Discord in the description below. Go ahead and join the Discord today so you can discuss Honkai with like-minded people. But with that being said, let's jump straight into it. Remember, this is a beginner's guide, so if you're a veteran, go in the comments down below. Help out our beginner players because there are new players joining the game each and every day. Now, if you did not see my last video, we did go over support Valkyries, so that was part 1. This is part 2, where we're speaking about DPS Valkyries, or Valkyries that do damage, and you definitely want to comprise a team of both support and damage dealers to be able to get the most out of your team compositions. Now, when we're speaking about damage dealers, there's both physical damage dealers and elemental damage dealers. So when you're comprising a team, you definitely want to take that into account and know exactly what team you're going to be bringing and what's going to help your team out the best, depending on if you're building an elemental team or a physical damage dealing team. Now, there are some exceptions. You can definitely put some physical damage dealers with elemental damage dealers, and it can still work out pretty well. But in the most part, or yeah, for the most part, you can go ahead and, you know, put the damage dealers with the physical damage dealers and the elementals with elementals. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into some really good damage dealing Valkyries, your DPS, and what makes them damage dealers in DPS. So let's take a look at God Kiana, the Ursha of the Void, just really quickly. If we go over to her skills, not here, if you go over here, you take a look at the graph, the damage is off the charts, the burst damage is off the charts. It's definitely something that you want to take a look into first when you're trying to comprise your team of damage dealers. Who's going to be your main DPS? You could even have a secondary DPS as well. And as a good example, God Kiana is a great physical damage dealer. You go over to her skills and what she's bringing to the table. Now, your damage dealer can benefit you, of course, with doing the damage, but that may not be the only thing that your damage dealer is good at. If it has some ignore interrupt, that's definitely going to help out a lot, which allows you to continue attacking without being interrupted, and then having some damage reduction is really good as well, because your damage dealer is going to be in the fray of things, in the thicket, and you want it to be able to tank some hits in order to be able to dish it out. So that's something to be looking out for your damage dealers as well. So when you're taking a look at the skills for your main DPSs, you definitely want to be taking a look at the damages, if there's percentages to those damages, if it's gaining, or if the Valkyrie's gaining buffs while attacking, and like I mentioned, some ignore interrupts and things of that nature. So God Kiana, for example, can move rapidly, attack, can perform 2 consecutive evasions, slightly gains interrupt and ignore interrupt. The AoE of Space Core Explosion extends. Basic attacks under Ursha form becomes a 3-sequence attack, and there you see the percentages of the attack, AoE, all that good stuff. You want your DPS Valkyries to contain those things because that's what's going to help them out the most. So God Kiana, a great physical damage dealer. You pair her with Celestial Hymn as a great physical support Valkyrie, and then you can throw on another secondary DPS or even another support like Night Moonbeam, for example, who can proc some QTEs, create time fracture. A really good biological team combination right there. Take advantage of Celestial Hymn's leader skill, things of that nature. Really, really good. As well as God Kiana's leader skill is a good one as well. Team gains 35% crit damage and 13% crit rate. Really, really good right there. So a good damage dealer DPS Valkyrie right there, just as an example. Another one that you can use and would be the, I guess, inverse of God Kiana, who's a physical damage dealer. This would be a fantastic elemental damage dealer in the Ursha Arena. Another Ursha, Cybranger Bronya. And once again, the things you're going to want to look for, if you take a look at the graph, the damage is off the charts, the burst is off the charts as well. And then you go over to the skills. You take a look at the skills. If you're getting, you know, the percentage in the attack, when you're looking for elemental damage dealers, extra elemental damage is great as well. So for Cybranger Bronya being an ice elemental damage dealer, you want to look for that percentages for more ice damage. Once again, the ignore interrupts, the debuffs, or damage reduction, I should say, are things that you're going to want to be taking a look at and making sure that she has. Special attack, you want the total damage multipliers to be there, as well as percentages towards attack. Things of that nature are what you want your DPS Valkyries to consist of. So Cybranger Bronya, again, another fantastic damage dealer or DPS Valkyrie. Another one, a good elemental one, is Vermilion Knight. A really, really good one. A great free-to-play one that you would definitely want to invest in is Twilight Paladin. She is absolutely fantastic. Once again, take a look at... Oh, wrong button. Take a look at the charts. Damage and burst is what's prominent there. As well as for Vermilion Knight, you take a look at the charts once more. Damage and burst is off the charts as well. These Valkyries also, you know, have those benefits of the ignore interrupts and the damage reduction, things of that nature. Another really good free-to-play elemental damage dealer is the augmented version of Valkyrie Accipiter. Oh my goodness. No, Hawk of the Fog. I kept wanting to say Sage Fuhua, and I knew it wasn't Sage Fuhua, and so I paused. Am I going to cut that out? No, I'm going to leave it in. I'm going to leave it in. So Valkyrie Accipiter is a little bit different because when you take a look at the charts, it doesn't accurately represent what Hawk of the Fog is capable of. It's going to be much on the supporting side, but when she's augmented, Hawk of the Fog does some tremendous damage and some really good support, or burst damage, excuse me. And she is easily triple S ranked and leveled up and all that good stuff. So free-to-play players, that's another one to focus on. Striker Fulminata, another really good damage dealer. Wrong button once more. As you can see, damage and burst off the charts as well. The augmentations of these Valkyries are good DPS Valkyries. Really good damage dealers. All free to play, all triple S rank very easily. Ones that you definitely want to go ahead and invest in and make sure you have online. Oh, by the way, quick side note. My Valkyrie Gloria, I did double S rank her, which is absolutely fantastic. I am ecstatic about that. Over the moon. Once again, another good elemental damage dealer right here. As a quantum type, definitely one that you want to have on your team. Definitely one that you want to rank up, and that's, I mentioned this before, it has been my main focus. Another really good one here in Sele here as a quantum type. Physical damage dealer, absolutely fantastic. Damage off the charts, really good. Shadow Knight being a great elemental damage dealer. Once again, damage, burst, off the charts. So that's what you're going to want to be looking for. Ice Rita, another elemental ice damage dealer. So these are all great DPS Valkyries that you can have on your account. If you have them, that you can comprise teams of. Make sure you have a support Valkyrie on there to support whoever you're bringing as your main DPS. You have to keep that in mind. Once again, Kasumi as another really good lightning elemental damage dealer. Once again, damage and burst is off the charts. So that's what you could be looking for, is the graph. And then once again, take a look at their skills. Read their skills over. Make sure you have a good understanding of what your Valkyrie can do. Take the time to read what they have available. So, you know, Memento, another one, a good ice elemental damage dealer. Take the time to go through these. I know they can be a bit lengthy and a little bit of time consuming, but you will get a better understanding of what your Valkyrie can do, and then you'll have a better understanding of how to use them. So, for example, the Warrior's Pride gains ignore, interrupt, and 40% total damage reduction when unleashing basic or combo attacks, which means that you can sit there and do your combo attack and not be afraid of being interrupted, as well as you will have a great understanding of knowing that Memento can tank some hits, which is really good. And then if you can pair that with the Frozen Naraka, where she gains even more damage reduction and even more ignore interrupt, you have a better understanding that my Memento is a bit of a tank now, so I can sit there and take some hits while unleashing those combo attacks and be able to do some serious damage. Same with Shadow Knight. You know, if you take the time to understand Shadow Knight with the Nuada's Revenge on her, if you have that pre-arm, you'll get a better understanding that she can tank some hits as well, be able to you know, have that damage reduction and be able to sit there and dish out the damage as well, with the understanding of knowing that I don't have to be afraid of her, you know, getting hit or taking hits. Same with Ice Rita. You know, with Ice Rita, you have a better understanding with her ultimate that she can tank the hits, but she can dish out the damage as well. So not being afraid to just sit there and just unleash attacks and not being afraid of dying. So this is the DPS. This is part 2. I think I'm going to leave it here because, like I mentioned, I was thinking about doing a part 3, but, you know, the pseudo support, you know, DPS Valkyries that can do damage as well, I kind of covered that in a sense, in a way. So I don't think part 3 is necessary. But I hope you guys been enjoying the more informative side of the content lately, just because there hasn't been much going on in the actual game for version 3.9 for the global side. Be quite honest with you, we just really have the Honkai Kingdoms and everything that is normal per se. Not really anything else to cover as of right now, so I've been trying to do more informative content to kind of you know, fill in the gaps until we have something a little more hype to maybe summon on, or something a little more hype until version 4.0 or something of that nature. So I hope the more informative content has been enjoyable for you guys. Oh, I actually have a card that I can go ahead and use, but that would be the video today. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, and if you're new, you've been enjoying the more informative, okay. I don't know why I thought that was Blood Rose for some reason. That's why I started to get like extremely excited. Nonetheless, it's Battlestorm. I will take it. I haven't seen a pull like that in quite some time, so not bad at all. But that is the content today. Once again, I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like what you saw. And with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out.